All right, welcome back to Fucking Talks the Podcast, episode 35. Today on the show, the kids are in drag and they're dancing for dollars again. Ethan Klein and other anti-gun muppets continue to clown themselves, all while dehumanizing the right. We were told to stop Asian hate. Not everyone listened. And stay till the end to see why it's now empowering to do heroin on the New York City subway system. We'll explain all this and more. It's Fucking Talks the Podcast, episode 35, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fucking Talks the Podcast featuring Richard Bradboy.
That was a true one for one.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Good job, buddy.
Well done as always. Housekeeping today. And it's not abbreviated. It's a little quick though. We just have some quick stuff. There was a 43-car train derailment last week carrying fertilizer. It's probably nothing.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Probably don't need that.
I have this pizza thing I realized. Richard Rappway and I had pizza the other day from a really good place in town, and we went to go pick it up. And I saw the people making pizzas for other people while I was waiting for my order. And I noticed they have the pie. They make the dough. It's an Italian place. Everyone's got hairy forearms. And then they're doing the flip-flop back and forth with the stuff. And the dough is going all over people's arms. Are arm hairs just getting soaked up into that?
You have to imagine yes, the answer.
It's a very handsy process.
Yeah.
And I guess what? It gets burnt off in the ovens. We have like burnt hair pizza every time now.
Ugh. And it's been a part of the process for years and years and generations. So, I mean, I think they've accounted for it, and I'm just going to stop thinking about it.
Yeah, well, I can't stop thinking about it after what I saw. So I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe there's a change to the industry. Maybe they can advertise like no hair.
Gloves that go up to here.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Wouldn't that be needed?
Waxing services for pizza men.
Mm-hmm. Nah, no arm hair pizza would be ideal.
This is like a Nathan for you type thing.
Yeah.
Lead with that, say 0 arm hair, and then everybody, the only thing they're thinking about is arm hair and pizza.
Yeah.
It's actually brilliant.
Oh, yeah, it's actually brilliant. Thank you.
I mean,
Just
you're
thought
not
of
going to stop eating pizza, though.
it. I'm not going to stop eating pizza, but I might stop going to pick it up.
Okay.
I don't want to even see it. I just want it dumped off at my doorstep like everything else. Left for me to just...
It just originated out of thin air. No face to the name of the hairy forearms.
No origin. I don't need to see the origin story.
All right, for sure.
Moving on. Memorial Day weekend was last weekend, and we have a fireworks update.
Yeah.
People were very sloppy with the fireworks, and there was a guy who went viral multiple angles who basically blew off his hand.
He now has like a lobster claw. Like it's split down the middle, blown off. A finger was left on the ground.
Because he had a firework, no shirt on as well.
No shirt, underwear.
Just wearing underwear, shoes, and a firework in his hand, which he just held the whole time. Then it blew up. Then his hand became a lobster claw, blown out hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started drinking and like being cool about it. But
Well, I think he was in shock. I mean, he was like, well, hand's fucking gone. Better chug the beer to look cool. Maybe it's a video.
final redemption for him. And apparently he was being like a jerk all night, yelling, super drunk. And then he did that.
Yeah. So they were tying his hand up. They were tying like, putting a belt on his arm to stop the bleeding because it was just leaking blood. And then some other drunk girl was heckling him like, hey, that's what you get, banana man. Because he was apparently wearing a banana costume earlier in the night. But yeah.
Not worth it.
That's what we want to talk about. We're not here to show the gore, the lobster claw. You can look it up. It was in Nevada, Moon Rocks, Nevada, which is apparently like a crawl up the rocks in your Jeep type event. And so it turns into a big party. Everybody gets drunk, and obviously some people do fireworks. Memorial Day, not even a fireworks holiday, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
That's 4th of July. But we have had this discussion many times before. Fireworks have 0 upside.
Oh, yeah.
Like the same principle that applies to recording fireworks on your cell phone and being like, wow, there's the fireworks, knowing you'll never watch that video again.
And instead you're missing what's happening in real time as well. So you're missing it in the beginning, you're missing it on the front side, and then you're never going to watch it on the back side.
Exactly. And so there's no upside to being the guy who's holding fireworks. I think that was so weird, and this guy just got humiliated.
Yeah, it's a case of that's what you get.
It kind of is, yeah. And I mean, I don't know, dude, hey, maybe one sacrificial lamb to remind everybody that like your hand can get super blown off and fireworks presumably cheap Chinese-made fireworks. You know how there's always like a factory explosion once a year of like, oh, that was a fireworks factory in China.
Oh, exactly. This is an example of not an old wives' tale.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you'll blow your hand off. You literally will. It happened.
And so if you're going to do fireworks for 4th of July, you're going to ignore all this good advice and this making fun of. Let your uncle do it. Let the guy who's a little more risky, who, you know, maybe doesn't need the hand.
And if you're going to do it in your non-dominant hand. That guy blew off his left hand.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's a righty.
Yep.
So there is a silver lining there.
Yeah, there you go. And we have like other people like Jason Pierre-Paul. You know him, right?
Basketball?
No, football guy. He was on the Giants.
Oh yeah,
You should know
90
this.
something.
No, like 2000. He's still
number 90 something.
Yeah. So he's still in the league, and he famously blew off a finger and a half, I think, and he still plays. He plays football with a glove that's like this.
I like that.
Yeah.
This guy, they found his finger the next day in the dirt, right?
Yeah. You think we can show that?
We can show that. We'll blur it a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what they found the next day. It's not getting reattached, probably.
Oh, and the other funny thing, not funny, but this guy was holding it up, like blowing up the firework, and then like some other guy got hit directly in the chest too. So he ruined his own life and endangered another, and the guy's like lung collapsed or something. So
Very interesting. Well, everyone can learn a lesson from that. Moving on, we're still in housekeeping. I saw this video of something called FarmerBot,
oh yeah,
where it's basically this robot that just does all your farming for you.
planting the seeds, moving it.
Planting, watering it, sun 24/7, runs its own thing. Pretty interesting. This is how I think Bill Gates farms. He owns a lot of farmland. Bill Gates, gates of hell. You have to travel through the gates, and he lets you. Bill Gates.
There's a bill, you have to pay for it.
And then once you do pay it, you are submitted through the gate. Bill Gates, that's his role.
Smart.
The
High level analysis.
Yeah. So the FarmerBot is very interesting to me. It's kind of one of those things that you don't have to do anymore, and it gets replaced. Like the stuff does stuff for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually obviously a problem in society. Like back in the day, you'd wake up, you'd mow your lawn, you'd get some eggs from the chicken, you go to the store, you'd mail a letter, you fix your car. But now we don't have time for any of that because we have to get back to TikTok. We have to get back to teenagers lip syncing Cardi B songs.
Yeah. But poorly too. Like off beat a little bit, and you're like, something's not right.
So it's almost like instead of taking control of your life, they're going to give you even more ways to have convenience. So I guess FarmerBot is that. And it's weird because it's like it doesn't need no human support. But then it's like the FarmerBot robot itself probably needs some sort of maintenance robot.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're not using the maintenance robot that much because the FarmerBot robot is pretty efficient. So you have to like exercise the maintenance robot, maybe get some backup robots, and then you're kind of setting yourself up to get taken over by AI again.
That's true.
They can kind of turn on you and poison you and not produce your food. And if they have their own AI plan, the FarmerBots would be a good place to carry it out.
Yeah, and then it turns out there's only like 3 total people who know how to fix the maintenance bots, and then they're getting paid. They're through the roof.
And then you're back to overpaying for everything and not farming as efficiently as you thought you could.
Yep.
So that's usually how it goes down.
So you're anti-robot farming in any way? Are you like an Amish guy where you have to pick a point in time and you go, 1855, that's about enough?
Yeah, so Amish,
there's obviously machines in farming everywhere.
Yeah, the Amish picked like 18 something. I would say like 1990 is where I would cut it off.
Okay.
If I could live in an Amish way, like a modern Amish, I would pick like the 1990s.
Broadband internet?
Yeah, I would have internet. Yeah, internet.
Slow internet though.
Yeah, maybe a little, maybe early 2000s.
Your career is gone.
Yeah,
Your
I'm in the
career's
woods
over.
now. It's just me and FarmerBot in the woods now. Yeah, but maybe it's good to take back certain things in our lives. And like I'm the worst at that. I order Postmates and Uber Eats. I order Amazon.
Loves the service economy.
I groceries, people bring them to me. So if I want to get like, instead of going out and getting an egg and cooking it, I'll buy an egg from someone who already collected it, and then I'll pay someone who already cooked it, and then I'll have someone deliver it. Like I'm participating too much in the bad stuff. So maybe I will.
You have zero incentive in the supply chain or whatever. You have no role. You just get the end product.
I just eat the eggs Benedict.
So do you think that's worth doing, or like?
Well, I was thinking about taking control back, like taking back some of that market share, taking back some of that life. But then my life, I feel like, would be just me going and doing like chores.
Tedious. It would be tedious.
Tedious things. And it's like, I have to go get an egg from Outback, and then I crack it on the frying pan. I'm cooking eggs now, and it's like, a 2-hour process to get a $5 egg sandwich. So
I agree with you a little bit. Like, as long as you're being productive elsewhere, then it's like, sure.
Like, time is the most valuable thing.
Yeah, but if you're going to just sit around or whatever, it's like you might as well kind of learn how to do it. But everyone needs to find their balance, I think.
Because if there comes a time when no one's doing that stuff anymore and we have to figure it out ourselves and provide our own food, things could get pretty ugly. There was that fertilizer train derailment? What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. All right, last piece of housekeeping before we get into the show. We have a great show today. Richard Rapway and I have been playing pickleball, and here is some pickleball action. Place your bets. Me versus Richard Rapway, 1 point. Let's see how it goes down. There you have it. Obviously, I won the point. Richard Rapway could not keep up. If you guys thought that that's how it was going to go down, leave us a super thanks. Today's super thanks dollar amount is $5. If you were impressed by that pickleball point,
you're assigning a dollar amount.
Today's pickleball. If you were impressed by the pickleball point we just showed, please send us a super thanks of $5. It goes a long way. It keeps the show alive. It keeps us alive as well. Getting into the action. Big gun week. Everyone's talking about guns. People are very upset. The protesters at the NRA convention were very fired up. They're very upset because they've been convinced that Republicans are the problem. Not the individual, not the mentally ill person who shot up a school and killed children. They've somehow...
The law-abiding NRA guys who
arranged it in their head that the NRA are the people behind the mass shooting. Elijah Schaefer, slightly offensive, good friend of ours, good friend of the show. He went out there and got some videos. Look at this guy right here, the skinny arm person who's screaming at the NRA people.
You're weak! You're weak! You'll always be weak! You need a gun because you're weak! You need a gun because you're weak! You need a gun because you're weak!
All right, that's good. You need a gun because you're weak. Buddy, you need a gun because you're weak.
Right now, you're extremely weak.
Look at those arms. Look at the angel hair pasta arms. Can't even hold up the sign. Buddy, you are the one who needs... You're projecting. Your subconscious is probably trying to speak to you, but he can't get to you. So it's just working its way through this subconscious way of yelling, and you're yelling at yourself.
Yeah, is this
You
guy...
need a gun because you're weak.
100%. Is this guy also tacitly endorsing guns as like an equalizer? Like, weak people can now be here.
Based.
Like,
What side was
he's kind
he
of
on?
admitting it. Like, women, if you're weak, get a gun.
Or like kids in like the schools. If it's a weak situation, you need a gun to be strong and equal. So it's like we need guns in the school. Would be a way to analyze that.
Yeah, he's one leap away, I guess. But yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, wouldn't weak people want to have a gun? Someone's incredibly weak walking around. I'd say I carry lots of cash. I'm weak.
You would need a gun.
Yeah.
What's this guy's move if something were to happen? Because he wants to live in the world where everything's ideal and there's no bad guys. So why does anyone need a gun? Well, what happens when a bad guy just busts in your door with a gun? This guy, I don't want to extrapolate too hard, but I would say he probably just curls up into a ball and waits for the guy to come execute him.
That's a good guess. And then he waits another 23 minutes for the police to respond.
Who will get there and maybe not run inside.
Exactly.
And not protect him.
Yeah. So
that's another like debunking of their arguments where it's like, we don't need guns. We have cops or whatever. It's like, well, if the cops aren't running in, you need guns. You need to, number one, protect yourself. Number two, rely on protection from others. But it's like, if you're not doing number one and number two isn't that fast, you're dead.
You call the cops. It takes 20 minutes. It's the weird, out of shape lady cop who was hired because of, some sort of quota.
Now we're
God
really in
forbid.
trouble.
Yeah, God forbid.
Or it's that Uvalde cop who told everyone to stand down who donates to Beto O'Rourke. And now what? You're just in trouble.
Yeah.
And you're going to be, it's not pretty. So our next guy is holding a sign that says enough is enough. And he's got transition lenses, which is usually a sketchy sign. Let's see what he's up to.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
Man, that facial expression there.
And he's like shaking and yelling, enough is enough. And it's like, hey, buddy, there is a problem. People are getting killed. We don't need you to help with the solution. You're shaking and yelling and out of control and acting like a girl. You're not really involved in the round table. Hey, what do we do to fix this?
Exactly. What's the difference between that and a tantrum? I mean, it's basically the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I think Elijah did him a little dirty here by like that zoom in and pause and like leaving that extra 5 seconds on the video, like just shaking.
But that's what you get. If you're really passionate about what you believe, then you should be ready to be confronted about it and asked about it and be able to back it up. Instead, you just scream, enough is enough. Like, all right, buddy, you're real tough. It's like, why don't we, if enough is enough, why don't we arm the teachers? Oh, we don't arm the teachers because it'll traumatize the kids because they'll be scared. No. I had armed security in my school, in high school, and we liked the guy. We'd make jokes with him. We never even saw the gun. We knew he had one, and it was great. We felt safe. But but the whole idea of like arming the teachers, people think like, oh, like why should Miss Debbie, the math teacher, have a gun? It's such a huge responsibility. Let's find a guy who can handle it then. Let's find some Chad gym teacher, the football coach, the science teacher, someone who has guns, is familiar with guns, and is a Chad, and if something happens, we'll step up. And if the answer is we don't know if we have that, then that's the problem. The kids aren't safe if there's not one Chad person in the school who can handle that responsibility.
I wouldn't be giving a gun to these TikTok teachers, but the old semi-retired firearms instructor with gray hair who you could hit a quarter at 30 yards. Yeah, let's get him at the front. Let's get him at the single entrance of the school. How about that?
And if we don't have a guy like that, let's find a guy like that.
Let's talk.
Yeah, let's find somebody.
But yeah, no, just yell your tantrum, no solutions at the NRA people instead. Let's see where that gets us dialogue-wise.
Oh, yeah. And then there's like the thing this week, like the talking point this week was like Republicans, claim to be pro-life, but now the kids are dying and they don't care. And like they've completely like maligned us and like misrepresented our argument when we're actually the consistent ones. We're anti-kid murder in general, and we're also pro-life, which is anti-kid murder. This is how we look at it. If you're on the left, you've been saying it's a woman's right to choose all month. So you've basically been saying it's fine to murder kids. And now that this happened, you're saying, no, this is wrong. Look what the Republicans are doing.
The gun murdered the kids.
Yeah. So it's like they're the ones who are being inconsistent. If anything, we have been consistent the entire time. And it's like, how much of the issue do we blame on the gun? Like, what percentage? And if you ask the Democrats, I guess they're saying
85%.
85% the gun's fault. The NRA's fault. It's like, if it's the NRA's fault, then it's like it's more of Big Pharma's fault before that.
Yeah.
100%. But they don't seem to want to look into it because they're the ones who are trying to politicize everything, and while claiming we're the ones politicizing everything. Ethan Klein from H3.
Tier 1 Muppet.
Tier 1 Muppet. He said, listen to what he said about the NRA protests and what should happen to them.
So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
I like the wife on the side going,
I think she hates him.
I'm sure it's like a money thing. It's a money thing.
They're tied in. They've already committed. But in the beginning, he was funny and edgy, and they had like this fun empire they built together with their podcasts and their other shows. And at this point, it's like you can't pretend you like a weak man like that for that much longer. So it has to be.
He does the funny fat guy pictures where it's like you're the least athletic person ever, and that takes a toll.
The on-purpose double chin and stuff. And it's funny for, I guess, people on Instagram, but for her, she can't be happy about that. And it's kind of like a peek behind the curtain, like him saying someone should bomb that place where there's innocent parents and kids and everyone, just
like
innocent
the
people.
breadwinners of families, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a guy who loves hunting and he loves the Second Amendment because it's foundational to America.
Innocent patriotic Americans should get bombed.
Should get blown up. And then he backtracked it a little bit, like, oh, it was an edgy joke. It was like, that was just your instincts, buddy. That was like the first thing you thought of.
Exactly. It was not an edgy joke. It was just you talking freely. He should blame it on his Tourette's.
Does he have Tourette's?
I think he's got Tourette's, which is fine.
Joe Biden Tourette's, where it's like, or stutter, where it's like anything I did that was bad, that was the Tourette's or the stutter.
Yeah, I think that's his best angle right now.
Gotcha.
Would be to blame it on his Tourette's. The video came down, he got a strike, but I think if anyone else, if a right-wing person said, hey, we should go bomb XYZ place, you're done. You're toast.
Yeah.
Your channels are deleted.
Yeah.
You're off of every social media.
It's a foregone conclusion.
But he's friends with Susan Wojcicki.
Yep, he's very tight with her.
And yeah, this is interesting too because Ethan Klein has guns himself. Listen to what he said about his gun collection and what he fantasizes about.
Shoot you and kill you. Okay, so to say I'm against violence, yo, this is how I sit in bed and I think about the lock combo on my gun cabinet. I imagine how fast I can get there, punch in the code, take out the gun, turn off the safety, put the bullet in the chamber. I think about that obsessively every night. And that's the world I live in.
There's his wife again looking like at her husband, pretend to be tough. But it's weird. Ian, why don't you get rid of the gun?
No man should have that gun.
No,
right?
no one needs a weapon of war like this.
Yeah, I think he's talking about it like a semi-auto shotgun.
Yeah, with the bullet you put in. I think it does sound like that's what he was saying. Ian, don't you care about the kids? Don't. Why do you need a weapon of war like this? Get rid of your guns. And it's in case I need to protect my family, I need it. Oh,
wow. But no one else has the right to protect their family.
Yeah, less important, I guess. People have less important families to protect. So Ian won't be getting rid of his guns.
Ian?
Ethan?
Yeah.
Ethan, even worse.
Yeah.
And then look at this video. There's a video of a guy who's taking his AR-15 and smashing it to pieces with a hammer.
Alexandria Rubio, 10 years old. Alithia Ramirez. Amaria Garza, 10 years old. Annabelle Rodriguez. Eliana.
So he's smashing his gun up, virtue signaling to the max. What were you planning on doing with that gun? This guy should be on a list somewhere. It looks like he was about to do a horrible shooting with that weapon, and he had to destroy the weapon because he wasn't...
He had no self-control or faith of control over himself?
It looks like he thought that weapon was going to be used to kill people.
Wow.
So, and he's preventing that. So I think that guy should we should take a look into him.
Yeah. Probably some darkness in his mind if he thought that gun was going to jump to.
Yeah, we have guns.
Shooting.
We don't need to destroy anything. We're not using them for anything bad. We wouldn't need to.
We need more.
We need more to prevent bad things happening to us.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is like, oh, this AR-15, I need to destroy it or else it might kill people. Innocent people.
It's also a pretty serious 180 for this guy. Like, you bought a $1,000 plus AR-15. Like, that looks like you kind of customized it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then one thing happens and you're backwards now. What's your family? Who's protecting you? What's your address?
Yeah, put a sign. This is a gun-free zone in front of your house and see how that goes.
That's what Project Veritas did. They posted an old clip from like maybe 5 years ago or something. And it was like, hey, what's up? We're doing, door to door, seeing if people will put this is a gun-free zone. And people were like, I wonder if that's not just an invitation for criminals. And like their brain clicks and it's like, yeah. You don't advertise. You don't advertise that. There's no yard sign for no guns.
Yeah.
They have the Stop Asian Hate, Black Lives Matter, This Home Believes in Science, blah blah blah. But the guns, they don't do anything about that.
Mm-hmm. And then also, just generally speaking, with this whole situation with Ethan Klein, a lot of the consistent themes we're seeing is like the dehumanizing of the right. Like, it's not okay to be right wing because if you're right wing, like Ethan even said in his tweet that the Republicans are the party of dead kids, completely pinning this on the Republicans, not the mentally ill person who did the atrocity. And that is actually bleeding over into mainstream views now, where people, if you're right wing and getting hurt or injured or beaten up, it's kind of like, okay. I saw this clip posted by Occupy Democrats, which is like the worst left-wing progressive account of all time on Instagram. And it's basically of an old man wearing a Trump hat, and he's on the hood of a car. So a car came down a one-way, the wrong way. He got in front of the car saying, hey, you're going down the run. This is a one-way. You're going the wrong way. Stood in front of the car. The guy starts driving. The old man, to try and stop him, sits or like lays on the hood. Not the best move. You don't need to.
I would not recommend that.
Don't recommend that. You don't need to get fully involved and try and stop a car. But because he's wearing a Trump hat, the driver starts driving fast with this old man on the hood of his car. Check this out.
Basically on my car.
Yeah.
It's right in front of my car.
So it's not ideal, the guy on the car, but now you're driving like 40 miles an hour trying to get him off and like turning fast. And what's going to happen? You're going to run him off the road and you're going to send him flying and maybe kill him. Like, driving this speed with the old man on the car, you're not in the right. This was posted by Occupy Democrats as if the driver did the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this old Trump man trying to stop the black guy. Oh, the black guy was right to go 40 miles an hour until the guy falls off. If that guy falls off going at decent speed, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's an old man.
That's one of the things I've seen a lot too. If there's like a video of a black person like attacking someone, or like it's like you said, political, like the Trump or a presumed Trump voter or something, they'll go, "What happened before the camera started filming?" Like that's the number one comment. It's like, so what did this white person do to get this person worked up? And it's like, I don't know, but someone's driving the car now.
Yep. And now they post that as if the driver is correct because being right wing is so bad that you side with people using violence against them, even if it's completely inappropriate.
Yeah. So imagine how much they dehumanize you if they took all the guns.
Ugh.
Imagine how bad it would get if they knew that the Trump hat guy for sure had no gun on him.
Yeah. And that's kind of their plan. That's what they're doing in Canada right now with their new ban of handguns.
Muppy Trudeau.
And that's the greater agenda, globalist-wise, bigger picture. And they're going to use these events.
He snapped into action.
Oh, yeah.
He was ready to go, reporting for duty to confiscate.
And right after those like mandatory lockdowns and like what they did to the truckers, it's a very ugly sign of the times. And it shows it's not over. It's not like, oh, yeah, COVID's done. We got a little overbearing and, we infringed a little too much on your rights. Now we're back to normal. That's the bar now, and from there they're going to take even more.
Yeah, and they were like, well, they did resist at that level, so maybe we need to put this on a slower timeline.
Yeah, give them off for the summer, and then we'll steal the guns from the backside, and then we'll come back in the fall and do it again. And they'll have no guns this time.
Yeah, it's just a slow and steady decline of your rights and your.
Yep. Exactly. It's very sad to see. Like it's crazy that can get posted, and people would be siding with the driver. Even if the guy was like so inappropriate and on top of the car, you just be like, hey, sir, get off the car, get out of the car, get him off the car. But to drive like that speed, you're trying to kill someone because you fully dehumanize them in your mind.
Yep.
Which takes us to Cringe of the Week. Our Cringe of the Week is not any better. Speaking of dehumanizing, the kids are dancing for dollars again with the drag queens. That's what they're up to again. Look at this video. Not good. Where's Dad?
The kid immediately does this, so the kid knows how to do that.
Well, there's some relief.
Multiple children on stage, too.
Yeah, this is what our kids are up to. China laughs. Here's what the Chinese kids are up to. They're synchronized dribbling double basketballs because they're the ones that are going to carry out the mission.
Yeah.
They
need discipline.
Yeah.
They need discipline and, a framework to work off of.
Yeah. So our kids are doing LGBT stuff, getting told they're transgender and dancing for drag queens. While in China, they're preparing for the mission. And then obviously we've all seen Red Dawn. I think it would be similar to Red Dawn, but instead of Red Dawn, it would be...
Go ahead. Don't stop now. What do you have?
Well, it'd be Red Dawn again, and the red this time would mean the communist Chinese.
Oh, gotcha.
The red
You see how he tries to set me up? You see what he wants done to me? And I have to fight. My whole life I have to fight.
The red in this situation would be not red from Russia. It would be the Chinese communist red flag. That would be the Red Dawn.
For sure.
Is that that's what I was going for.
That's what everyone was thinking. That's what everyone was thinking. So, yeah.
All right, moving on to our second clip. It's transphobic to not want to date a man who's convinced he's a woman.
All right, I will assume that you asked this question in the way that you really want to learn. So I will explain all the ways that it is okay. Let's say that you're attracted to women. Well, if you're attracted to a woman, then you're attracted to cis women, trans women without bottom surgery, and trans women with bottom surgery. If you're attracted...
That's a lead.
We made that's the baseline we're working with, and we made some assumptions there that we're working right past, I guess.
Yeah. To BJ, then you could be attracted to a cis woman, a trans man without bottom surgery, a trans woman with bottom surgery, or a non-binary person, which, depending on their assigned gender at birth, having or not having had the surgery. But it is that exclusion that makes it transphobic. So, if you say that you like women and you like BJ, then that would mean that you are attracted to cis women and trans women who have had bottom surgery. It is just that exclusion.
The penis
that makes
exclusion.
it transphobic.
Yeah.
You can't
For
have
women.
Who have a penis.
Yeah. So that's the part that flips it to transphobic. Everything else, if you were good with a post-op fake meat pocket.
I'm attracted to women, cis women, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No bottom surgeries.
You don't need to ask questions about what's happened on the bottom.
No bottom surgery.
That's
nothing
your
like
personal
that.
thing?
Yeah.
So then you're a transphobe, buddy. According to this person who's ready to teach you.
This is what so people say like, oh, the mental institutions, what happened to them?
Mhm.
That's where people like this would go. And I'm not being mean. You'd have the person in there who like pulls out all their hair, the
Mhm.
person who thinks they're Nancy Reagan,
Yeah.
the person who slams their head against the wall. This guy's got blue hair and thinks he's a girl. This lady over here eats like the inside of the couch and the carpet.
Yeah, it's My Strange Addiction on TLC.
Yeah, everyone would have had a place back in the day, and now they're just on the streets telling us what to do. And then the Democrats are using them as like a virtue signaling shield where they can like lead with their agenda with these people. Like,
Because
oh yeah,
they're oppressed or something.
yeah, because they've really trans people have stolen the show.
Yeah.
They're number one front and center. You can't make fun of them. That's like the line. You can make fun of certain people. You can't make fun of trans people. They're the oppressed. They're the ones who have it so rough. We need to go out of our way to make life better for them. Everyone needs to accommodate them. We need tampons in the boys' room, all that stuff. They've really gone above and beyond. I'm impressed. They've stolen the show.
Yeah.
So
bravo.
congrats. Bravo.
They must be
Brava.
very useful then. They must be extremely useful to get shoved to the forefront, right?
And then the Democrats have them like this, and they run them to the front, and then they take some arrows on the way. But
Just Willem Dafoe in Apocalypse Now,
just
eating bullets,
eating bullets. But then they get to their end.
proverbial bullets.
Yep, they get to their the destination, and they put the things into power, and they put the things into action that they want, and they use them as a human bottom surgery shield or whatever.
Yeah.
Human shield that got bottom surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So props to them. I'm actually impressed.
My question is, how many people are actually like saying and nodding their head yes, like, yeah, I would. I'd date a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
But then they kind of never do, obviously. So like there's pretenders on that side even.
Yeah.
You know? And then there's kind of like that weird rapey pressurey thing where it's like, what? I'm a real woman. It's some dude with big hands and like,
Mhm.
you know, hairy pizza forearms.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? I'm a woman. You're not a transphobe, are you? As it's like groping you.
That's
You know what I
tough.
mean? That's
Yeah.
like that's a borderline,
It's a bluff call.
it's a rape scenario almost.
I bet
right?
that happens a lot.
Or a pressure scenario at least.
I bet that happens a lot.
So yeah, it's like the person selling balloons telling you everyone needs to love balloons. If you don't love balloons, you're like a bigot. You're a nut. And it's like, well, who does this help? You immediately right now?
I'll take one.
Yeah.
I'll take one balloon.
It's like an ugly guy being like, women need to date people with unibrows, and it's like the guy with the unibrow is like telling you it's like it's not bad. It's just like you have no credibility, right?
Mhm.
Like it's coming from you.
Exactly. Speaking of no credibility, there is a new trans Barbie that's out.
Yeah,
With props,
based on Laverne Cox, the which is a funny name for a
which is a funny name for a kid's toy. Funny name for a kid's toy. Obviously, Laverne picked it on purpose.
yeah. I don't know. I actually don't know.
And the
But
trans
Cox
Barbie
in the name of the trans woman.
woman.
Let's go back to woman.
It's 100% a woman. So yeah, Laverne Cox, the trans Barbie, got these epic shoulder caps, big elbows.
The shoulders are where you really realize it because it's a doll. You can't really do the nuance.
But then if a doll is if a trans woman or a woman, why wouldn't they just make him look like a woman?
That's what I'm saying. It should be no different from the exact Barbie that already exists.
Which don't have genitals either.
Yeah, they're all amorphous and they're all kind of rounded out.
So I don't understand why they even, unless they start adding genitals to everybody.
Yeah, that's next. Ken has a big old floppy dick at the bottom of this Barbie piece. It's like,
yeah.
Mommy, what's this?
Yeah, so that's kind of what has to happen next.
Is the Barbie just like 6'3"? Is it like a full like 20% taller than the woman
It
Barbie
should be.
too?
It should be.
All right. That's my last point.
The Barbie can power clean 240.
Yeah, Barbie lifts.
Next clip, demisexual boyfriend text.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is like a manic person. This is sad.
Here's a conversation between me and my boyfriend.
My boyfriend, George Glass.
Am I allowed to cheat on you with my toxic ex-roommate? She looks so hot today. We have a class together. My boyfriend, go right ahead. Me, awesome. Now I can fantasize all I want about cuddling with her and not feel bad. Thank you. My boyfriend, fantasize away. Oh, this is what it's like being demisexual, but very aesthetically attracted to women. I love my boyfriend so much. He's the literal best. You are wanted, you are loved, stay here.
So that's a peek into the life of a demisexual relationship. And I guess when you do TikToks in the demisexual LGBT world, it's common to sign off with "Don't kill yourself" message.
Please don't leave.
Yeah, we do like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. We'll see you at the next one. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one is our sign off.
Mm-hmm.
Their sign off is "Don't kill yourself."
Don't do it.
Thanks for listening. I know you're probably thinking about killing yourself as well on the side. Don't do that.
Is that a good sign for a community or no?
It's not a good sign.
Is that a healthy, vibrant community?
It's not a good sign. It would be like the Urban Decay people being like, "Don't do a drive-by. See you at the next one." So yeah, very sloppy stuff right there. It's funny because look at the contact photo. If you're audio only, the contact photo
is a doppelganger.
It's a doppelganger of Richard Ratboy, the same giant, fat, dumb thumb head, fat neck, same fat head and neck as Richard Ratboy has. Pretty funny to see that.
And we were talking about this off camera before. It's like this girl should just kind of be a quirky, regular girl, who has some interests. Like maybe she likes rocks.
Yeah.
Geography or something. I don't know.
Be someone's wife in Ohio.
But exactly. Be a homemaker, like make something, do arts and crafts and sell it on Etsy in your spare time, and then you just get sucked into this. I'm Demi. It's my whole thing. It's the only thing I have content about now. And so it's a feedback loop where she should be living kind of a normal, positively contributing life and is just not.
Yeah. Do you think everyone says having kids makes you like mature faster? It makes you reprioritize your whole life for the better.
Yeah.
Do you think that's part of the goal, like to leave the younger generations in a perpetual state of adolescence so they don't have their own kids so they can keep acting like stupid kids? And when you're acting like a stupid kid, you'll do demisexual and all this stupid stuff.
Yep.
Like if she had a kid, she'd maybe snap out of it. And then
depends how deep they're in. But yes, I think most of the time it's like you have a kid or something, you're like 25, you have a kid, and then it's like, oh, what was I doing?
Exactly.
That was weird. Like I'm going to teach my kids some good stuff. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I just don't know.
So when they don't have the kids, then you have these people and they get deeper and deeper into their worlds, and then the world kind of adjusts to them, and there's no next generation. There's not enough kids. I think there's kind of something there.
Next thing you know, you got the annual pass at Disney. And you just keep chinging that register. You keep going back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next clip. The "Are You Racist" clip. This one made me not mad, because it's hard to make me mad, but this one was eye-opening. This is my least favorite type of...
Shopping cart one?
Yeah.
First?
This is my least favorite type of liberal.
I just walked near you and you moved your cart away. Yeah. Are you a little bit racist?
No, not at all.
No. Okay. So do you know who the first black woman was who received food stamps?
I do not.
Her name was Mabel.
Mabel? Okay.
Yeah, Mabel Simmons.
Okay.
She got a famous saying, hello.
I don't know.
Hello.
I've heard of it, but
hello.
Okay.
Yeah, but she goes by idea. Hello.
Oh.
Yes, food stamps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like so desperate to learn. Oh, I'm ready to learn. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not racist. Like the most scared ever.
So there's now like a pocket opened up where content can be like white people on their heels.
Yeah.
If this guy came up to me, I'd be like, no, what are you talking about? You filming something? All right, cool. Good bit. Nice try. I'm not your guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not your mark. But he is exploiting this like perception difference between white women and a black guy, and she immediately goes, "Oh, what? Oh, I'm ready to learn."
Yeah,
and it's like the guy's doing a bit.
Hello? Oh, wow, Mabel Simmons. Oh, yeah, so pathetic, so weak.
But you know what I mean? Like where they're opening up that kind of lane where it's like, I'm not on offense here. You are.
Yeah,
like,
Tell me where to go, what to do. You're in charge.
I'm a puppet.
And like that's what happens when you're a lady who thinks it's like that's what she thinks she's supposed to do.
Wearing a mask too.
Wearing a mask. There's no leadership here. That lady needs to be told what to do. I don't want to be rude. I'm not. It's a little bit of gender dynamics and gender roles, but if there's no man telling this lady kind of what to do, she'll do it herself, and then her gut's telling her to act like this, which is very sloppy work.
Not good.
Not good
Basically, give up your sovereignty for whoever is more oppressed on the totem pole, right? Like, and it's like, well, now it's my time to sit and listen.
Yeah, and like you feel almost bad for them, like you think you're higher up than a black person because you're a white woman,
which in itself is
racist. And it's like you're thinking like, oh, it's my time to listen because I'm here and the black people are here, and I need to work on that difference. And that's actually the racist part, where it's like if someone just stops you in the grocery store and they're being kind of like in your face, it's just like, I'm not thinking, oh, a black guy asked this. I'm just thinking like, what do you want, buddy?
Yeah.
What's the thing?
What is this?
Oh,
Camera there?
Camera. Got it. I would immediately sniff it out. I'm assuming John Quinones and crew are always right around the corner. Moving on. In the same vein, there was like a Instagram live with a white woman talking to black women about how it's like her time to listen or whatever. Check this out. This is sloppy as well.
I was going to stay away from the topic of race, but in light of everything that happened yesterday, I feel like this needs to be said. It's so important. White women, we have to humble ourselves and listen to black women. They've been paying attention and we haven't. While we were getting whitewashed history in school, they were getting actual history from their mothers and their grandmothers and their great-grandmothers. Information was withheld from us.
What about their
dads? The patriarchy withheld this information from us, and black women understand that in a way that we can't. They understand how the world works in a way that we've never been able to see.
So maybe the patriarchy is they've solved the patriarchy problem by removing the men from the houses.
Ooh.
The households.
And so now it's just a black mother scenario.
Matriarchy.
Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
So they're so advanced.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if white women need to humble themselves and start listening and like figuring out real history, like this black women must be operating at a super high level. Smarter, better society, probably better results in every way.
Yep. You know Wakanda?
Yeah. I heard about it.
That is like a pretty good civilization.
Yeah, dude. That we should probably all aspire to be like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, what people are starting to realize. That whole attitude of like, we need to take a back seat. It's like, don't you have no money? Aren't you struggling financially like everyone else? Like you think it's now time to take a back seat and learn history from black people? Like, what are you talking about?
Again, you put your worldviews, everything you've learned, which is a lot, you know, this woman's probably 40 years of being in this world. And then you go, whoa, erase that. Stop the record. I need to listen to black women.
Yeah,
like,
I had it way off.
Like, which is crazy. So again, giving up your sovereignty, your own personal view and world point, just to, I think this woman likes turning it off and being told what to think.
Yeah.
Which is the NPC chip. Like she took out her white woman brain and goes, let's get the black woman chip in.
Yeah. So now she likes being told what to do and what to say and what to think based on this oppressed versus oppressor worldview that now everyone is inheriting. It's very sloppy.
Sloppy dice.
Let's look at this next clip. Black lady in the military. Maybe this is one of the people we should take advice from.
Yeah, this is probably someone who we need to take the back seat to right now. So a bunch of military people in an auditorium. There's a scene being caused. This woman doesn't like how she's being treated. Pussy ass hoe. All y'all unprofessionals suck my dick, she said. Gets in a superior's face.
So when you lower the standards to let people in, like let girls in, and you know, you do whatever the targeted hires or whatever.
I don't think women should be in the military.
Yeah.
Support roles or something, but like,
yeah,
no,
we don't need that. And I had a bunch of military friends who sent me that clip, and they were like, all right, what should happen would be you get a psych eval, and then you get dishonorably discharged.
Yeah.
And you're done.
You can't take that, right? If you can't take that, what are you going to take an order when there's bullets flying?
She knows better. Maybe
Exactly.
she's fighting against the patriarchy.
Exactly.
But what's going to happen is she'll probably get a psych eval, and then they'll have like a meeting, and then whoever she was mad at will probably apologize to her.
Yeah.
And they'll do some woke thing where they're like, sorry, we need to hear your perspective more. It's like you yelled and told people to suck your dick and yelled in everyone's face in front of everybody. You're fired. You're done.
Entry-level private first class. I know it's only week 2. But you're right. We need to listen more. We clearly haven't been hearing.
Yeah.
So
that's what's going to happen.
We will suck your dick. It's like, suck my dick. It's like, all right, you're not productive. Nothing's happening. You're not doing anything. You're just having an emotional freak out.
Yep.
So
exactly. Well, that is the end of Cringe of the Week. It's scary to see what's happening out there, especially to the kids. Every week, I feel like it gets worse and worse for the kids. But that's why we are proud to announce we are continuing our sponsorship with Brave Books. Our friends at Brave Books are in for another sponsorship. They're releasing a new book this week called Unmuzzle Me Please by our friend DC Drano. He just released this. It's about free speech. It teaches your kids about free speech and all the things that come with it. It's very important. Right now, everything is going woke and it's going broke. So let's do the opposite. Let's promote things that promote our values, our America First interests. BraveBooks.us is the website. Use code FLECKUS for a big chunk off. They have subscriptions. You get a new book every month. You can get the treasure chest, which has all the cool stuff in it. And now we have this new Unmuzzle Me Please book by our friend DC Drano. Check them out. Brave Books the other day actually had an article come out. The leftists are going on Amazon and leaving horrible reviews for Brave Books because they're a right-wing company. So,
Not surprised.
Not surprised either. They don't like to play fair. In order to combat that, I put the link for the Amazon book listing in the description. Go to that and leave Brave Books a 5-star review. Let us know in the comments if you do, and I'll be picking someone in the comments to get a free Brave book.
Whoa.
So yeah, if you guys leave a good 5-star review and you comment, let me know, and you will be rewarded. Thank you to Brave Books for sponsoring us. BraveBooks.us. Use code FLECKUS. Make sure you check them out and support our sponsors. Moving on. Taking us to Urban Decay. This week's Urban Decay section is an ugly one. Remember we were told to stop Asian hate?
Yeah.
Everyone was yelling that at us?
Yeah.
Not everyone listened. Look at this first clip.
An Asian man being held at a New York City subway, Fulton Street. Black guy smiling and laughing
and
while
filming, and everyone's
he holds him.
Everyone's laughing and partaking, or at least okay with it. And we were told to stop Asian hate. I listened. Did you?
I have not hate crimed any Asians, so yes, I listened.
It only works if everyone listens, guys.
And this guy's winding up a slap. Boom! Basically knockout slap while he's being pinned.
Yeah, this is in New York City where everyone was told stop Asian hate, and they try to kind of like blame it on white supremacy simultaneously.
Oh, here comes another puncher. No!
Another one.
Defenseless punching his face.
Mm-hmm. So we were told stop Asian hate while simultaneously being told how bad white supremacy is.
Yep.
But it looks like these are the people who are doing the Asian hate crimes. And in New York, most of the people doing the Asian hate crimes are black.
Yeah.
So
that's a pretty fair assessment. I've seen a lot of videos.
Maybe the white woman from the last segment needs to listen to their take on why they hate Asian people so much. Maybe it's justified. Maybe they
probably too patriarchal for her, but maybe if a woman was there, she could probably listen to her.
If there was a black woman there, that would be resolved, I'm sure.
And so there was a bunch of comments online. Like, I think the guys who were beating him up said he was trying to assault a girl or something. There was some sort of like backstory thing happening. But then it's like, why'd you hold his arms down and slap him as hard as you could? Like, these guys were having fun. They were getting off on this. This was like, oh, finally, we got somebody we can just kind of light up.
Yeah.
So defenseless guy, but it's like this same group of guys. You see a cop do anything like that to someone who's restrained, and it's riot time. So
yeah, it's riot time. Free stuff at every store.
Foot Locker time.
Which brings us to our next clip. Polite looter. This is a store getting looted.
Nice old wait lady goes, thank you.
So the old lady, the white lady goes to the door. The looter opens the door. She says, thank you, thinking it's for her, when in reality it's a looter holding the door open for other looters. Like, what a sign of the times. That's basically, it's like a movie at that point.
I know.
That guy can have like a come to Jesus moment too, where it's like, all right, ready to do this? Yeah, let's go. And like,
Oldest, sweetest white lady ever comes up.
and you open the door, and then she goes, thank you. And you're just like, get out of here, lady. We're doing something different.
And now I think the oldest, sweetest white lady, like if I see an old, sweet black lady, I go, oh, she's really nice, you know? Like, oh, she probably makes good food. She keeps the traditions, all that. These young African-American men see an old white lady. Now they're conditioned to see years of racism, and she was probably an oppressor, and she probably brings her whip to the basketball courts. So it's kind of like that's the last strand of dehumanization is old, nice white women or old, nice, like people who probably have never done anything wrong.
Exactly. Like once you can go against the old people, you can go against anybody.
Yeah.
The kids as well. We saw it in the clip with the guy in the hood of the car. Once you're able to dehumanize the elderly and lose respect for the elders, you're basically a clean slate for all the leftist propaganda you can take.
Yeah, if this lady was unfortunately wearing a Trump hat as she walked in, it would be knockout game time, probably.
Yeah, that's the only time that these looters, these types, are going to open the door for someone. It's when it's not for them. It's
when the looters are right behind.
when the looters are right behind.
So bad.
Next is a New York City subway ad. Can you just kind of read it off? It's about drug users in New York.
Yeah, so these are NYC subway ads that say, don't be ashamed you are using. Be empowered that you are using safely. Florence from Manhattan, and she's sitting there kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then so it says, what is fentanyl? Why is it dangerous? Prevent overdose. And it basically recommends you use the buddy system while you're doing drugs with your friends. Like one person will watch and make sure you don't die and overdose. Then the next person can go once it's safe, once it's all clear.
Yeah. It's not bad that you're doing drugs. Be empowered that you're doing them safely. And it's like, lady, they're not doing them safely.
Yeah.
They're taking over the buses and the subway system and they're on drugs. There's no like silver lining. Well, at least you're doing this good. They're not.
You know what's the ultimate empowerment? Self-control.
Yeah.
You know, like not being addicted to opioids. That's probably pretty empowering. Not needing like a $80 hit, $80 fix every day.
Yeah, it's so true.
That's probably great. But yeah, and the funny part is, it's like, not only is this the position from New York, it's like, let's get the info out there. Let's do it. You know, let's not shame these people. They're already down and out. They have to spend money to advertise this to people. So it's like a whole advertising campaign about how to best do drugs.
And it's like, is it even advertised to the drug users?
It's the subway, so yeah.
But are the drug users like reading the sign and like, oh, this is good?
Certainly not.
Or they're just like painting the picture for everyone using the subway. We're like, hey guys, this is our take on the drug users that are in your face smoking crack on the bus and doing whatever. This is how we feel about them. This is the right take.
You're very right. And this poster is more humiliating for someone who's making $65,000 a year taking the subway every day.
Yeah.
Like in an overpriced apartment, and he's like, what's going on? Like, new movie out? No. Oh.
Doing the drugs is okay.
They're telling people to do the drugs. It's like, I'll just keep going to work.
Yeah, exactly. And paying probably taxes and for services that go to help these people that aren't going to be helped.
Yep.
That's so true.
All your tax dollars went to the Narcan to revive them back after they've died for the fourth time this year.
So they could keep going.
Yeah.
Moving on. Graduation Brawl. I wonder what this one is.
This is not good. This is in Carver High School in New Orleans.
Absolute brawl. Maybe these are the black ladies we should be listening to, or no?
I think so. I think they're the same.
So something must have happened. They must be fighting the patriarchy or doing something good.
Yeah, some of the patriarchy's involved here. They're the ones throwing the chairs. The matriarchy can't throw chairs. They don't have the upper body strength.
Yeah. There's some patriarchy got hit in the head there with the chair.
Yep.
So yeah, that's who maybe we should listen to, take a page out of their book. I think everyone is. I think everyone is listening to these types.
This is who's leading now.
And that's what we're seeing elsewhere in our culture.
Oh, another fight breaks out. So 2 rounds of fighting. Here comes the white cop to try to sort this out.
Here comes a racist white cop to
Good
do
luck,
police
buddy.
brutality.
Yep.
And get probably called names by everybody there and threatened by everyone there who agrees that he's the bad guy in that situation, probably.
Yep. Everybody knows if someone's a different race, then they can't come in and regulate anything.
That's right. Next clip is the Mona Lisa got caked.
Yeah, which was interesting.
Not that crazy of a thing. There's glass in front of it.
There's glass, so it was never going to get on the Mona Lisa.
And it's probably not even the real Mona Lisa. They probably have the Mona Lisa somewhere in the back, and they show us this fake one with glass on it, and they just make the money off the tourists.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
that's fair. It was stolen 20 years ago, and they just kind of did a one-for-one
Someone
switch.
tried to ruin this person's NFT, this NFT. Mona Lisa is the OG NFT.
But so the one thing I'm a little disappointed in is they showed this guy who dressed up as a woman in a wheelchair who got close to the Mona Lisa to do it, throw the cake, for, I think, climate change. Who cares? We don't care. You know, we don't listen
The
to...
guy is a woman with probably without bottom surgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without bottom surgery in the wheelchair.
But so there's a picture of this guy out of the wheelchair going like, saying like, this is my message, like after he's done the act. It's like, shouldn't somebody have like his arms like up his back? Like, shouldn't he be restrained as hell and kind of like roughed up a little bit, send a message to everybody else? Because otherwise I think it'll get caked again.
It leaves it vulnerable to multiple cakings. I think that because he's a guy pretending to be a girl, totem pole wise,
they didn't want to brutalize him.
They might let him just do whatever he wants.
Okay.
That was well, we received your message. You're quite upset. We understand there are injustices. I think that's kind of how they would play it out.
All right, that's fair. But yeah, no damage.
Yeah, no damage done. Who even cares? But yeah, it is similar to, I do care a little bit, because then if you destroy something like that, culturally significant, it's like when the Muslims go into the churches and like smash up all the statues and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to that.
It's not good.
It's our Western version of that. But do not fret. We are coming into this week's Uplifting Gold section. Guys, as always, or for at least the last 3 weeks, Uplifting Gold is brought to you by our friends at Gold River Trading Company. Guys, are you tea drinkers or are you thinking about becoming one? Well, I have a company for you. Gold River Trading Co. has fantastic products, high quality tea products, hot chocolate, matcha, all this very cool stuff. GoldRiverCo.com. Use code FLECKUS for 10% off. They support us. Let's support them right back. This week, we're going to be highlighting, look at the tea satchels they have. Very high quality tea satchel. It's not that, you know, the dust you get from like the store, they put the dust in the pouch and it's kind of just like ground up low quality tea leaves. Look, these are full tea leaves. These are super high quality. It makes for a very tasty tea. Fantastic steeping. Highly recommended.
That ain't no Lipton.
GoldRiverCo.com. Use code FLECKUS and get some tea. And as always, if you send me a receipt of some tea you bought, you are in the running to receive a free base mug. I've been sending base mugs out all week. Good. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for supporting them. GoldRiverCo.com. Use code FLECKUS. It goes a long way. And if we keep supporting them and getting tea and everyone's happy, they'll keep coming back and buying ads. Everyone's happy. And the show will go on forever. GoldRiverCo.com. Use code FLECKUS. It goes a long way. Uplifting Gold. First clip. Dolphin dance?
Yep.
So they got this dolphin. Look at what this dolphin's doing. Dancing like that on his toes for the people. Everyone's happy. Everyone's enjoying it.
Probably gets good fish after that.
Yep. No animals were harmed in the making of this video.
Can you verify that?
Well, this video.
Okay. Oh,
the
yeah,
podcast.
This video.
That
you
video.
yelled at Jerry earlier.
That video, there might have been some animals harmed in the making of. We don't know. No animals were harmed in the making of this
video. There might be too small of a pool involved in that dolphin thing. There might be some separation.
Attempted dolphin suicides.
Yeah. We've seen
stuff like that. But in this video, there were no animals harmed.
We're one step removed.
Moving on. The orange engagement video. This is very sweet. The guy's got his engagement ring. He stuffs it in orange. He gives it to his sleeping girlfriend.
Babe,
Wait
up.
here?
Wake up.
Over here?
Yeah. Here. Got you an orange.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where did you get the orange from?
Take it out.
Oh! Oh! We could sue them for this.
No, do you want to get married?
Oh my god, yes!
This guy's got a good one. He found a good wife. Immediately thinking as a team, we can sue them.
How much can we leverage this?
We can get some money. We can put a down payment on a house. We can live the American dream. That guy found a good one.
Was that fake?
I don't know.
I think your fake radar is ding, 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 ding.
No
this
good?
looks like maybe a TikTok couple doing a bit.
Oh, maybe.
The Seagull Pizza last week. I think you were asleep at the wheel again.
Seagull Pizza last week was bad because everyone pointed out that the seagull would have grabbed the pizza and the pizza would have been cut and then the slices would have gone everywhere. But we've also talked about how people, because of COVID, don't do their job anymore. And we got that pizza that time that wasn't even cut.
That's true.
So from my experiences, I was, I guess,
extrapolating or something,
inappropriately extrapolating, and I had the wool over my eyes.
So we got to keep you honest, because Uplifting Gold used to just be kind of a continuation of Urban Decay, a little negative, only funny to you, and now you're doing fake stuff.
I hope it's not fake. Congrats to that couple. If that couple is you, let us know. We'll send you a base mug and tell us if it was real or not. Next clip. This person has a house for their dog in their backyard. Dog lives better than most of you, maybe me.
This is their doghouse. Time to wake him up. Good morning. How did you sleep?
It has 2 floors.
I brought you your favorite treats.
I like how there's another video here. Let's just play it for our own
Chip
sake.
Pup, they want a house tour. Let's show them the house. Open the door. Show him. Is that the bed? He loves to watch Netflix. Let's show him
Dog
upstairs.
has a TV and a Netflix account.
What's up here? The mini fridge for your doggy treats. Another bed. That's where Mom hangs out. And this is the patio. He's even got a doggy slide. And that's the doghouse tour.
You can short-term rent that and make $3,000 a month. But instead, you have a doghouse that has doorknobs on it.
Yeah, I like how it's all just an extra house. It's not really designed for the dog at all. It's a couch, a table, a TV.
It's like, imagine putting the dog to sleep in there at night and coming in the next morning and just like
it's thrashed,
wrecked. The pillows everywhere ripped up. The inside of everything is ripped up, chewing on the walls. That's I guess if you're a golden retriever in the Northeast in a well-to-do family, you're living pretty good.
So this is kind of like a Rorschach test, though, because I see this and I say, wow, that's cool. These people are well off enough. They probably are successful.
Mm-hmm.
They have a dog house and they have this extra little house and they're using it for whatever they want.
Like they're using it for a bit, basically. A dog bit.
It's pretty funny. But then other people see this and they hate rich people.
Oh,
they just get mad.
So many comments were like, we need to increase the taxes on these people. Because like, you can't have anything nice.
Yeah.
You have to be lowest common denominator like everyone else and have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And people have something. Oh, we need to tax them more. For what? So you can do your stupid art?
Yeah. So you can make clay that doesn't even
you can do fentanyl on the subway. So yeah, it's very sloppy. And
so tell us what you think. I mean, because I think most of our audience will think this is uplifting gold, whether or not it's uplifting you or not. But like, you know what I mean?
It's uplifting because we should all shoot to make enough money to give our dog a side house that we don't need to rent for supplementary income.
Well, I'm still not giving my dog a side house no matter what.
And then also it's like, this is the energy you would give a child.
That's
which
true.
I don't like.
And we're not focused on that. We're purely
not
focused on
that.
like can this person have a bit house dog thing?
They can have a dog house like this and be a normal, funny, good person.
Yeah.
But
this is not Eat the Rich. They have the bit house. That person is on a $500 million yacht with a helicopter going to sell out, to tell the Fed to print more money to sell out your everyday Americans, you know?
Yeah, exactly. This bigger picture is the energy you give a child. That's why I don't even fully like Jerry that much, because I don't want to give him that child energy and treat him like my son. I just treat him like a dog I kind of tolerate, who I somewhat enjoy hanging out with.
For sure.
When he's behaving.
For sure. And I'm somewhere to the right of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
moving on, the Greek festival kid.
Yeah.
This is a favorite. This is true uplifting as well.
Stephen Smith met a young man at the festival who says the treats are to die for.
We absolutely destroyed that dessert, man. I mean, let me tell you something. I don't know what they call that stuff, but that little, like, caramel, man, you just stop playing. I mean, if they give me one right now, tear it up live.
How long have you been coming to the Greek Festival?
Greek Festival, man, I think we've been here 4 years. Last time we came here really was 2018, but we've been coming here for a while, man. While. You know, we was here before it started. I hear there's a lot of nice jewelry. Maybe I could ball out a little bit, you know what I mean?
Do a little bling bling.
A little bling bling, man. Man, we like to eat, man. Just tear it up. We like to just tear it up, man. Go absolutely ham on those gyros. Hey, whatever you want to call it, you know. I'm not really here to say, but, you know.
That kid gets it. You're talking about gyros already. It's good. It's important to teach next generation about baklava.
Yeah.
Gyros. That kid probably has a nice family. Sounds like he talks like his dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say his dad probably is exactly him, just older. Like, let's tear up this dessert menu. You guys want to tear it up? The kid's like, yeah.
And I hope this kid enjoys the baklava before he gets older, because once you grow a beard, baklava gets sloppy, and it's very hard to eat baklava with the beard. It gets so sticky and bad.
Nice.
There's like days and weeks where I'm tasting
honey.
I'm tasting the baklava from a few days ago in my beard.
You shouldn't tell people that, buddy.
Maybe we'll cut that part out. Last clip, senior prank clip. The seniors at this high school filled an oven up with cement in the middle of the field. They thought it was just an oven, so they came to get it out, and they can't because it's heavy.
Full of cement.
That's a
good prank.
That's a good prank. Did you ever do senior pranks when you were in high school?
No.
Nothing?
I can't remember.
We used to prank Mr. Falco a little bit. We in homeroom, Mr. Falco was our homeroom teacher, and every single day from the beginning of the school year, from September to May, every single day, I was like the ringleader of this, the organizer. We would ask Mr. Falco when the Six Flags trip was. So in the beginning, it would be like, Mr. Falco, when's the Six Flags trip? And he'd be like, oh, it's May 15th. And then every single day, we would ask when, any questions for homeroom, and we would have someone raise their hand and ask. We had like the weird kid, the nice girl, the kid who didn't speak English. One time I had a teacher come into homeroom to ask Mr. Falco when Six Flags was, and the teacher didn't even fully understand why, but they just like did it.
Yeah.
Because I was friends with the teachers. And every single day we would ask Mr. Falco when the Six Flags trip was. And then eventually it happened. It was like May 15th. It was the Six Flags trip. And we were in school that day, and we're in homeroom. And we didn't go to Six Flags trip because we didn't even want to go. It's better to be in school when the whole school's on a trip. It's actually more fun. And then he was there, and he was like, don't you guys have any questions? Like, today's the Six Flags trip. Like, I'm surprised to see you here. And we're all just like, oh, yeah, we don't want to go. We don't even like Six Flags. And he was just like, huh. Like, completely blew his mind.
Hilarious.
Long-term bit.
Yeah, I like a long-term bit.
Get to the resolution, and it's like, shouldn't you guys be at Six Flags? And we're like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't even want to go to Six Flags.
You ask me every day.
Yeah, and
Good
at the end, it just ends in, no, yeah, we don't want to go. What's the big deal? Like, completely gaslight him. And that's how we used to do it. Well, that's another Fuckus Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. ShopFuckus.com for the best merch in the game. Trader Joe's, Crenshaw Sucks, Kid Thrasher, Become Unpinnable, The Clintons. Very good shirts there. Use code Jerry for 15% off. BraveBooks.us. Make sure you guys check them out. Get their new book. Get the subscription. Get the treasure chest. Leave them a review. That link is in the description as well. And last but not least, Gold River Trading Company, our favorite tea company, goldriverco.com. Use code FLUCKUS as well. Get a big chunk off, 10% off there. And make sure you guys are subscribed to Patreon for Bonus Land. We have a bonus episode coming out on Sundays. There's not going to be a Bonus Land this week because one of the team members is traveling. No big deal. We're taking a week off from Bonus Land, but we'll be back next week. Thank you guys for watching. Anything else I forgot?
No.
The Clips channel. Sign up for the Clips channel. Make sure you do that. Send us a super thanks. Today's super thanks amount was what?
$5.
$5.
Yeah, you said that early.
Other than that, have a nice weekend. We will see you guys at the next one.